Welcome back to Sunrise Daily, coming to you live from our Abuja studio. I do have with me two gentlemen this morning, Mr. Ben Nwoye, who is the state chairman of the Enugu State All Progressives Congress chapter, and Mr. Emmanuel Agbo, who is the deputy national secretary of the opposition People's Democratic Party. Mr. Agbo, you are concluding your thoughts.
Good. So like I was saying, when under partisanship or the fact that we want to protect our party, and we attempt at defending the indefensible acts of national institutions, because at that point, such actions give us advantage. We must be very, very careful, because the possibility of gradually removing the nation from democratic norms, from democratic experience, into gradual dictatorship is just by the corner. Now let me just round up.
Yes.
In every advanced climate where integrity is the order of the day, the actions of the Nigerian police in recent times, as witnessed in Benue, Bayelsa, National Assembly, and Akwa Ibom, coupled with just this Monday's presidential indictment of the police right before the Inspector General of Police, any man of integrity in his position will resign that minute. When the president himself will have to tell the Inspector General of Police, leading police commission before Mr. President, I was told that the failure of the police has resulted in moving the military to assist in needy areas of policing. Why do I say this? The greatest indictment any chief executive of any national institution can get is from the presidency of this country or from the National Assembly. If in the case of the National Assembly, maybe because they are not the direct appointers, they didn't do the appointments directly, either through confirmation or whatever. But the man whose constitutional responsibility it is to so appoint you looks at you in the face and say, there's been inefficiency in your department, resulting to us.
No, let's not digress from the issues that we're here to discuss this morning.
No, we're not, this is not a digress, because there is misapplication of the force over time.
Okay, so you're referring the situation in Akwa Ibom to a kind of a lack of focus.
Lack of focus by leadership of the Nigerian police force.
Now, let me ask you, Mr. Agbo, in view of all of this, when you talk about the need for institutions to outlast political parties, to outlast the expediency of the moment, if you will, of those who are in power, the question comes back to when the situation was unfolding. Mr. Nwoye brought this up earlier in the conversation, that what we're seeing in Akwa Ibom State is very much akin to what we saw in 2014 in River State, where you had, I believe it was even 5 members of a 32-member House of Assembly attempt to take over that House of Assembly and impeach the governor at that time. That was under the watch, of course, of your party, the People's Democratic Party. We saw some of the similar trends. And I want to ask you, is it not contradictory, or at least hypocritical, to suggest that the APC, which many viewers would clearly say, you know, may be in the wrong here, that you did the same thing before? So do you have the moral credibility to essentially hit them for what they're doing?
Well, let's bring in proper context the scenarios that we are trying to paint here. Federal government, PDP. River State government, as at the time we are talking about, was not APC. It was not ACN. It was PDP.
It had shifted to PDP by that time, sir, in fairness to the truth. It was APC. The party had already been established and all of that. The governor had already defected to APC at that time. It's very important to understand that.
Well, I will want to say, and very clearly, that at no point, any overzealousness in that direction by the leadership of the police will be tolerated by the People's Democratic Party. And I want to state and still put it on record. The People's Democratic Party will not at any point, yesterday, today, tomorrow, want to use less than 10% of a member of a legislative house to try to remove either the Speaker of such a house.
Are you referring to the future now? You're not referring to the past, are you?
What I am trying to let you appreciate is whatever transpired in Rivers as at the time we are trying to bring it before us has no coloration, nothing to do with the People's Democratic Party leadership in the country.
Mr. Nwoye, you're shaking your head. Why is that?
It's unbelievable that Dr. Agbo would say this. In fact, Commissioner Mbu was specifically transferred to Rivers State to checkmate the then Governor Chibuike Amechi. At one point, there was even a day they withdrew his Chibuike Amechi, the governor's security forces, and barricaded him at the government house. The same Commissioner Mbu supervised the overthronement of the Speaker of Rivers State House of Assembly. At that point, Amechi had defected to APC. Most of the House of Assembly defected with him. 5 members of the House of Assembly considered themselves under the leadership of PDP-owned government at the central, under the leadership of PDP-owned appointed Inspector General, and they considered themselves, elected a man and called him a speaker. And it went on, gave him all the peripherals of office. Mr.
Nwoye, I need to cut in here because is this supposed to in some way justify what we're seeing in Akwa
State? Let me finish. Now, what I'm telling you is this. Politicians must be statesmen